Hey everybody, good evening. This is Big Chonis, Saturday evening here. Just gonna do a little riffing here on kind of what I'm looking at on some of these altcoins. We've kind of seen the price of Bitcoin kind of deflating ever so slightly into the 7,300 area here. And, we're kind of seeing how it's affecting the alt markets, which is, a lot of the market cap here. Out of the 624 currencies, cryptocurrencies currently traded, 623 of them are altcoins. So let's take a peek here and see what we have, in terms of market change, market supply, 24 hours here. Our big winners here are Veritasium coin, which I'm sure we're all familiar with, at $93. It's had $694,000 in the past 24 hours in terms of money flow. Nice move there on 17% past 24 hours. IXERLC coin, which I'm sure we're all familiar with, had $2.03, had about $10 million in price action today. That's pretty good, and was up 11%. And Ardor, as I'm sure you're all fans of the Ardor project, with the market cap of $271 million and a price of 27 cents, and had $2.4 million in volume today. That's great, and was up 8%. Y-Key chain, which is going to revolutionize the Y-Keys of the world, with a market cap of $313 million and a price of $179, with $14 million, in price action, pushed in a 5.41% change in the past 24 hours. It's very good. Electronium, at $151 million price cap, priced at 2 cents and change, and had about $694,000 in volume today, pushing it almost but not quite to 5%. So, and let's just round it out with Tron, a new up-and-coming coin apparently, with a market cap of 4.7 billion with a B dollars, and a price of 7 cents. For 7 cents, you can get a Tron token in your hard wallet or your alt trading account. I mean, 7 cents, right? It's a bargain, right? It had almost $346 million in the past 24 hours of market volume. That's great, right? And there's only 65,748,111,645 TRX tokens available for the buying public to purchase, trade, and invest in. So that's just plenty of tokens for Tron to go around to everybody that wants to, play and invest in Tron, up about 1.73% past 24 hours. So the reason I kind of went over this is we have a flat to kind of bearish movement in Bitcoin. These are some of our winners, our green coins in the past 24 hours that have bucked the trend. But you see, not all coins and not all price moves are created equal. You see a move where, like, Tron has, a $346 million in price action. So that's clearly a market with a lot of money flow. But then I see a current circulating supply of 65 billion coins. Like, do you have any idea how much supply that is on the open market at a price point of 7 cents? So, 7 cents sounds cheap, but if you compare it to that many coins out in the open market there. So you have to keep your expectations and your valuations in check. Now, obviously, we had seen in the run-up to our parabolic move, we had seen coins like Cardano, and Stellar and Litecoin, basically just create these huge market caps, as their prices accelerated. And so it is clearly possible that coins with significant circulating supplies can jump, such as Ripple, currently at 60 cents, but it was at $1.3. Even with 39 billion coins currently out there, and potentially a lot more kind of, held on the back end there. So You have to keep your overall valuations in check when you see a USD pairing of a coin. You have to understand why something might seem very cheap at 3 cents, like Verge. You can pick up a Verge for less than 4 cents right now, but there's almost 14.9 billion Verge, currently in the circulating supply. You have to keep these valuations in check. Now, when a lot of newbie traders were coming onto crypto, basically in the end of December into January of this year, the first thing they thought of is what's the cheapest. So a lot of these cheaper priced coins got a lot of that volume price, and that's where you saw most of our percentage gains come from. Redcoin, Sia Coin, Digibyte, Verge, obviously Tron. These are coins that had super low USD entry points, had decent market caps, but had tremendous supplies out there. You look at a coin like Kin, which has a valuation of 98 in terms of market cap at $144 million. Okay, it's trip one. It's trip one. I mean, in the OTC penny stock land, trip one is like literally nut bottom, but this is like lower than nut bottom, because there are currently 756 billion, 97,560,976 kin in the circulating supply. That's a lot of kin out there. Dent a coin, it's 325 billion. Holo coin, 133 billion. Dog E coin, I'm going to pronounce it Dog E coin and not Dogecoin, at 114 billion. Bytecoin 183 billion, and Redcoin at 28 billion. Oh, 28 billion, so low for Redcoin. So you see how it kind of falls off there. But you need to have an understanding of valuations. Right now, valuation, on these coins here, like, these are not cheap because they're cheap in terms of US dollars. They're cheap because there's so much of them out there. So even in a parabolic super bull market where Redcoin or Bytecoin or Doggy Coin becomes the medium of exchange for something in the future, you have to realize how much coin is actually out in the market, and you have to keep your USD perspective in check. Now, in terms of market cap, new investors coming into the crypto space, what are they looking for? Well, let's start with what's the top 10. What are the blue chips, quote unquote, if you will, of the crypto space? So 1 through 10 will garner the most kind of activity, potentially holding investments, where, yeah, I'll pick up some IOTA, some Tron, some Cardano, some Stellar, some Litecoin, some EOS, some Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Ether, and actual Bitcoin, because these are the top 10 coins right now. But if you look back in history, these have not always been the top 10 coins. Some of these coins, like Cardano, like Stellar, like Tron, have kind of come out of nowhere with a very low market cap and exploded themselves into the top 10. So you look at the next top 10, Neo, Monero, Dash, Tether. Tether, it's not really entirely like a coin, but we'll call it part of the top 10 or the next top 10, top 20. NEM, VeChain, Ethereum Classic, Binance Coin, Bytecoin, and Qtum. Will this next run here of 10 be the next top 10, as potentially some of the current top 10 fall by the wayside? Why would these top 10 fall by the wayside? Why would Cardano continue to fall lower? There's 25 billion Cardano tokens out there. Stellar, 18 billion Stellars out there. Even in the top of the parabolic move that Stellar had, what did it hit? Like 98 cents, 90 cents. We're down to 28 cents here. So you get an understanding about how much, the larger the circulating supply is, the larger the elephant is on the price point that will hold it down, that will prevent it from going into some of these higher prices, USD based, like you can with a Litecoin with a current circulating supply of 56 million, comparably significantly lower to some of these where you have EOS. 881 million EOS. Bitcoin Cash, 17 million. Ripple, 40 billion. Ethereum, a hair under 100 million. So keeping these valuations based on circulating supply, in check, will give you a better understanding of the potentially for some of these coins. How did Monero get to currently holding this 161 range? Well, it's 16 million actual coins out there. That's not a lot compared to some of its, friends in this area here. Let's go to the next 10. Zcash, Omisigo, Icon, Lisk, Ziliqua, Ontology, Bitcoin Gold, Eternity, STEM or Steam, and Decred. Okay, so this next 10 here, how many of these next 10 will be the next, 10 through 20, or potentially the next of the top 10? Let's take a peek here. We have, Qtum, 88 million coins. Zcash, only 4 million. But its price at 271 USD dollars here, maybe that substantiates, that kind of price point here. That makes a little more sense. Omistigo at $10 with 102 million Omistigos. Now Ethereum has close to 100 as well, and it's currently at $600 ish. So Omistigo, same circulating supply, it's only $10. Is that a value, or is that just, undervalued, or is that way overvalued because of what the project actually is? Icon, $2.58, 337 million coins in the circulating supply. Get yourself an idea about valuations here. These will give you a sense about expectations. And if we were able to go into the future on some sort of a bullish run across the board where Bitcoin is finding momentum and moving forward, it will pull a lot of these altcoins along with it. Now, even if Bitcoin is continuing in some sort of a bearish continuation over the next several months, some of these altcoins will stand out and will move up in a percentage standpoint. And you'll actually see a positive signs in these coins here where some of these standouts will move bullishly even if Bitcoin continues to correct. The next 10, OX Coin, Bytom, Verge, Nano, Sia Coin, BitShares, Populous, Bitcoin Diamond, Stratus, and Bitcoin Private. So let's take a look here. Number 31, OX Coin. Now this one has definitely had a lot more money flow. A lot of interesting money flow flowing into this coin here at 530 million coins out here. It's a decent amount, but not crazy. $1.20 USD. Current market cap of $634 million. We have Verge. We've heard of Verge before. $590 million at a hair under 4 cents per Verge. Is it a bargain? I don't know. Maybe it should be 1 cent. Maybe it should be $1. There's a little under 15 billion Verge in the current circulating supply. Just things you want to keep in mind here. Why is Sia Coin a penny and a half? Well, there's 34 billion Sia Coin, out there. So there are two things you want to consider here as new traders come into the market here. They're going to be drawn to these lower price USD coins. I can buy, 1 Bitcoin for right now $7,300, but I could buy thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these other coins here. Red coin. I could buy 100,000 red coin for a few $1,000s. So do newer traders see these coins in that context? And will these kind of, lower coins with a higher circulating supply but a lower USD price get the larger percentage gains in the next bull run? Or how many of these coins are going to be the next Ethereums? The coins that run parabolic over a year, that could run tens of thousands of percent. Ethereum at one point, was under $10 and it ran to 1,400. So which of these next altcoins that we're looking at here are going to be the next Ethereum, the next Litecoin, the next ones that can go 10 bag, 20 bag, 30 bag, 30x the current price point, Pivx, ARC, Ardor. These are coins that you see a following of. You see people behind these projects. Sometimes the charts say, oh, these are pumps. Some otherwise say, wow, these are continued longer term accumulation of such. So just look at the top 100. Why not? Let's just choose 100. Zen Cash, we all use our Zen Cash clearly at our favorite yoga studios and smoothie bars. Storm coin when we're in the eye of it. You know, King coin with all our relatives. Holo coin when we just want to holler. Dragon chain when we're watching Thrones. Nulls with the nuns. I mean, Factom coin when we want to, use our Factom coin to make a point. Enigma when we're just kind of crazy, and Zcoin when we're just doing it right. So these are coins that will have money flow, but some of them are going to stand out more than the others that actually have real projects, the right people, the right investments behind them, and are not just quick pumps based on a little chart change or the latest news or the latest Twitter pump or email pump that kind of happens here. So keep an eye on these kind of coins that are on the sidelines here. They're riding the bench. The top 50, top 60 coins here that have a decent market value. Basic attention token, BAT, 28 cents. There's a billion of them. Does 28 cents valuation, is that crazy for a billion bat, or is it actually a reasonable price right now? What is there, what's going on in the project? You see where they've had a parabolic move and a pullback, that's move and a pullback. Are we kind of still in the same parabola which we're seeing with Bitcoin, where Bitcoin begins to stabilize and move, and the alts can move with it, and some of these alts move quicker and with a more percentage points than other. If you want to chase these alts with these quick intraday parabolic moves, you just can't win. A lot of these move because of charts, but a lot of these move because of pumps. I want to draw you in to get your money at the top of the pump, and you just don't want to FOMO in these situations here. In these low volume environments, it does not take a lot of money to push some of these alts in terms of a 24-hour or a weekly change where you have a significant move in price that can quickly fall apart just based on big money trying to pump a coin out. So keep these market caps, keep these USD prices, keep the volume, and especially keep the circulating supply in mind when you're trying to figure out the true valuation, the true market price of some of these coins here. This will basically help you become a better trader, obviously, and keep your perspectives in check. Right now, the alt market is currently being dictated by Bitcoin's price action right here, continued kind of deflation, slow and steady. Until we see kind of a big sell-off here, nothing really kind of happened. The bulls, the algos, the computers, you could argue, are stepping in to kind of hold this price support here. But you have to see from a daily standpoint here, there's nothing good really about these past several days here. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, green candle, 4, 5, 6, red candle here. We could have a day or 2 or 3 more of this kind of consolidation unless we see some really nasty red candle that could allow the market to kind of find an oversold bottoming area. So until then, stay safe. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Jonas Trading. These are just my thoughts and ideas about what's going on in Bitcoin and the alts and the current alt market, and just be safe out there. As long as Bitcoin will continue to dictate what's going on here in terms of price action. Yesterday we did not even break 5 billion in terms of Bitcoin volume, and today 24-hour volume, we definitely have time left, but we're only hovering around 4 billion. So volume keeps decreasing, price keeps decreasing. This is a different situation than when we had at the beginning of April. Have to keep that in mind. Back then, the volume decreasing was showing a lack of selling volume, which basically was allowing to move that price point. Plus, we had a high in terms of Bitcoin shorts. We don't have that situation now. We just have a deflating volume, a deflating money flow, and deflating price all at the same time. And this kind of leads to The obvious is a more deflation, and we just want to try and see if we can find some support on our historic trend lines. Anyways, until then, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. This is Big Jonas signing out.